Summer routines live or die by how easy they are, and honestly, if something takes too much effort, I'm out. That's why Groons is my go-to. It's my one daily pack of gummies covering my greens, vitamins, and minerals. Plus, it has 6 grams of prebiotic fiber, which is more than 2 cups of broccoli. No mixing powders, no giant pills, no hassle. I just rip open the pack and I'm done. They taste good and they make it easy to stay on top of my health, even when life gets busy. Save up to 52% with the code PODCAST at Groons.co. That's code PODCAST at GRUNS.co.
Hi, everybody. This is Dawn Mitchell, and welcome to Dawn of Sports. And this week we are talking to a soccer warrior, Excelsior's own Jelena Zbiljic. She is the OG, one of the OGs of Minnesota Aurora soccer, also U of M. She's just a local soccer star, a warrior, and she has a big announcement today. So I cannot wait to have this conversation. So, Jelena, we're welcoming you to the podcast. You have been through the injury ringer as of late, battling back, but you have some great news to share today, so I can't wait to get to that. But thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I'm good, Dawn. Thank you for having me. It's exciting to be on your podcast, and it's really awesome. Never been on it before, so this is awesome.
Oh my goodness. We have known each other now for going on 5 years. I feel like you guys are my kid sisters from the Aurora. And what is your big announcement? Let's talk to the elephant in the room first and get it out of the way, because I'm so excited, and I'd rather you say it than me.
Okay, yes, I'm coming back to Aurora for a 5th season. It's crazy to think that we're already in year 5 of Aurora, and it's super exciting. I am coming back from an ACL injury, so hoping to be back in that early May window. Otherwise, at least getting in games in the middle of May, June-ish. Around May 8th will be my 9 months, and then June 8th will be my 10 months. So in that window there, coming back from my ACL injury. So I'm really excited to have that blessing of being with Aurora for another season.
Oh my goodness, that is huge on so many different fronts. First of all, coming back from basically, I think at the beginning of the year, you posted on your Instagram, new year, new knee,
Yes.
like after having surgery on an ACL, but then to come back for a 5th year. I know last year you thought that was it, right? I'm going to be 4 and done. So what does it mean to come back for this? It's kind of a milestone of this young program I'm calling it the high 5 year.
Yes, it's so special. I mean, we all thought that, year 4 would kind of be the end of an era for us. And now I've gotten the opportunity to come back for another season, and I just cannot wait. I'm really excited. I didn't think it was something that would be possible, and now here we are gearing up for that May preseason start, and I just cannot wait.
All right, let's back things up a little bit, because I know all of your history, but some people listening have not. So you grew up in Excelsior. You played Minnetonka, right? High school.
Yes.
And then you went to UIC. Now, I used to work and live in Chicago, so I know all about the Flames. So you were 3 seasons there before you said, I'm coming home. I'm going to play for Aaron Chastain and the Gophers. What was that decision like for you to say, this is nice, but I need to be a Gopher?
It was such a blessing. I sadly tore my right ACL in high school when I was just 15 years old. So this is my 2nd ACL. It's my left knee now. But when I was going through the recruiting process, it was quite challenging. And I found University of Illinois Chicago to really support me, and they saw something in me, and I really appreciated that, and I ended up committing there and going there, and I love the city. We have family in the suburbs of Chicago, and it was an amazing place to be. But then the ultimate goal for me is to play professionally and on to the next level, and knowing that Erin came from DePaul and went to Minnesota. She played in Minnesota. My mom is a Gopher dance alum from Minnesota. And just Minnesota's always been home for me. And knowing it's in the Big Ten, it's a really good conference, really good team and culture. I wanted to kind of take that leap of faith and try to enter the transfer portal and see what would happen. And it was the biggest blessing to be able to come home and finish out my last 2 seasons at Minnesota and have a great 5th-year season with the team. And it was just unbelievable. And being able to play at home kind of year round with Aurora and the Gophers, and then have family at all my soccer games. It was just a very full circle moment.
Yes, because you even stayed for a grad year, didn't you, with the Gophers?
Yes, I was fortunate to have a 5th year because of COVID. That was my freshman year. So we were all granted like a COVID year. And so I got to take my 5th year. And that was when we went to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament, and we lost to the champs of that year in North Carolina. So it was a really special way to go out with all our seniors and 5th years, because we were kind of roped into one class, and it was really special.
You know, we've had Erin here on the podcast, and I just adored talking to her. What did you learn the most from her? And it doesn't have to be soccer-wise, it could be life-wise, but she's so wise, but she's so funny and so talented, you know, knowing that she's kind of been there herself. What did you learn from her?
Oh, so much. I mean, she primarily worked with the defenders, and I was fortunate to work with her when we broke off into, you know, small groups, and she was with the defenders primarily. So I got to be with her when we'd break off into those groups, and just her attention to detail really is what made us super sharp. And she always harped on details, and just the little things that might seem little, but in the grand scheme of things are actually quite big. And so her focus to detail and just the sharpest little things that really elevated our game and changed my game from even just being at University of Illinois Chicago to Minnesota, and got me ready for my 4th season of Aurora. Like, her attention to the details at practice every single day and focus on every single person was just phenomenal. And I think that detail-oriented focus is really what pushed me to keep going and keep getting better, and not plateau with my career, but keep inching to growth every day.
Does it seem weird that, you know, you started with Minnesota Aurora when the whole thing started, right? It was completely unknown to you guys, right? Like, what are we getting into? How is this going to be received? And to not only see just in 5 upcoming short years the impact that it's made with the community, but also like athletes themselves, like young girls wearing your jersey, you know, and then the kind of the crossover, going to see your games at the U, and that you're like the OG, you know, like you are going to be the 5th-year player. Do you have to pinch yourself? Like, is it kind of weird for you? Is it surreal?
It is so surreal. I mean, my mom and I were just talking about it the other day when I was granted the opportunity to be able to take a 5th year and play with Aurora another season. And at first, you know, when we were looking at the team, I was just a girl who played club soccer in Minnesota, looking to come home for the summer and play on a summer team, ideally, and not be in Chicago playing soccer in the summer. And we just happened to see Aurora on the news, happened to hear people already like speaking of Aurora and this new team that's getting built. And we both were kind of like, this seems something really cool for the soccer community here in Minnesota. And I just wanted to take that leap of faith into this team that no one knew much about. And I remember even our home opener of the first season, people were expecting, you know, maybe like 100 fans, maybe something on a typical summer team, not just friends and family. But then all of a sudden it's like overflow. And by playoffs of the first year, they're trying to find more room so they can get more fans in the stands. And it was just surreal. The community support since year one, and just watching this team grow, and the environment and just the community all around Minnesota and women's soccer here is just what keeps bringing all of us back, and quite frankly brings in a lot of new players and new faces to this team because of the community. And it's just so special.
How have you changed in the past 4 years, going on 5?
Oh, wow. I mean, I think I've really grown up with this team. We all, from year one, who have came in and have got to play through the 4 seasons, and now I'm one of maybe some, or maybe one of the only ones coming back for a 5th year that gets to come back and just keep growing with this team. I think I came in as a sophomore in college and just kind of like a baby, you know, like super young. And now going into this team, I feel like this is our special team that we get to keep growing and building for years to come, when maybe we're done with the team, and see where it grows when we're done. And it's just so special. I feel like I've grown so much as not only a soccer player, but a human, and being in the community and even just seeing people out and about with Aurora hats in the winter or sweatshirts. And it's just so special to see that this is something really building here in the soccer community in Minnesota.
Well, what I love is, first of all, your family is terrific, right? They immediately embraced me. Like, I just love your entire family. So I know that you come from great stock. But then the Aurora takes it to the next level where, like you said, you started kind of, in your own words, like as a baby, but they let you have your own voice. So you come from such a strong family, loving family, hilarious family, by the way. But in order to have that freedom to be like, okay, listen, we value what you think, what you have to say, what you stand for. What has that meant to you?
It's been so special. I mean, all the founders have been amazing, coaches, front office, fans. It's just everyone wants to help you in any aspect of your life. And that's what's really special is we've had girls who have finished playing soccer or gone on to play professional, and the Aurora community is still looking to back them up in any part of their life, whether you're looking for that new job or you're looking to go back to school for something or you're looking to go play professional soccer. They're just trying to help us in all parts of our life. And that's what I think is so special about Aurora is it's not just a soccer team. It's a community, and it's backed up by tons and tons of support. And it's just overwhelmingly, amazingly positive. It's just the best. And anyone who gets to experience the culture, whether you're on the team or you get to be in the stands watching a game, it's truly surreal. And that's what my family has loved so much about it. And it just, they will probably keep going to games even if I'm not on the team someday, because they just love this team so much.
Well, and you say the culture of the team. And what I really love is you have your culture as a soccer team, but over the past 4 going on 5 years, it's exploded in terms of having other cultures come into the team, international players. Like, ironically, you came home to play soccer and you end up playing with women from all over the world now.
Yes.
Does that blow your mind, like that you have so many teammates that come in from other parts of the world now?
Yes, it's amazing. I mean, now it's like we have lifelong friendships and built-in friendships with these people all over the country. And I mean, even on the team, we've joked, it's like you can go visit some country and you might have a friend you could stay with over there and vice versa. Like, now we just have this huge community, and it just makes the soccer community feel so close and tight-knit. And I know a lot of people just might assume that, oh, they're just teammates, they're just players, they're just here for 3 months together. But what we do within those 3 months, we spend every day together, we spend our off days together, and it's more than just a soccer team. It's really like you're building lifelong friendships, you're making connections with people that you might reconnect with later on in life or happen to be in their neck of the woods and reconnect, and that's what makes Aurora so special.
Well, I think Taylor Kane and her family, right, they really made sure they wanted to be part of that. Right? They said, hey, our whole family's going to move here for the summer, and we're going to embrace it too, as if we live here. Does that kind of blow your mind that families that aren't even from Minnesota, some, if they have the ability to, can do that?
Yes. And I mean, Taylor Kane is now one of my best friends. We've been best friends since the first year of Aurora. And without Aurora, we never even would have known of each other, which is so crazy to think that one of my best friends is through a soccer team and a community that if neither of us played for, we never would have ever crossed paths. And we became friends instantly the first day when her family was renting a house, and I asked her where she was staying, and she said Wayzata, Minnesota, and I immediately knew, oh boy, she's not from
I gotta
here.
help her out.
Yes, and then realizing that she was close to the Lake Minnetonka area, and after that first day of practice, we carpooled every single day since, and on for 4 years after that. So it's been really special to see like amazing friendships blossom through a team that if certain people never joined, and if I never joined, I never would have had these lifelong friendships.
And I think we've had a conversation here on this podcast too with Mariah Wynn, where she said the same thing. She knows, just like you, the transfer system and how hard it is to be the new person on a team, whether it's a different college or whether it's joining Aurora. So, and she brings her own level of fun and celebrations, as we know. When somebody spices it up that way, and you guys played together at the U, how was that to have a teammate at the U to also play with at Aurora?
Oh, I never got a cross pass with Mariah at the U, sadly.
Oh no, your years didn't line up.
No, or yeah. So I took my fifth year in 2024, in the fall, and then I was done, and then she came in that next fall. So this last season.
So you only played on Aurora together.
Aurora,
So
yes.
did you give her some secret tips then?
Yes, and I mean what was crazier was we always played against each other because she was at St. Thomas first. So with Minnesota, when I transferred, we were playing against each other every spring and fall. And so it was weird to play against one of my best friends who was my teammate on Aurora and then play against her when she played at St. Thomas. So that was crazy overlap. But yeah, I was so proud of her when she transferred to the University of Minnesota, and she loved every minute of it. And yeah, I tried to give her some insights. I just told her the culture there is amazing. It's phenomenal. The girls, the coaches, they're seriously there to make you 1% better every single day. And she loved it too. But yeah, sadly, we didn't get to connect on both schools, both Aurora and Minnesota. But
yeah, that's
we got to play
so
against
weird.
each other. So
yeah, that's got to be so weird to play against each other. You know, like we see like some of the Olympians, you know, oh yeah, I grew up, you know, hating that guy and playing against him. And now he's my teammate on like Team USA or even on the women's team. So the same thing with soccer goes, you know, especially in college. And if you're local, you know, I had the same experience just kind of growing up later. One of my friends, it was her maid of honor. And we're doing there's a 10K out in San Francisco called the Beta Breakers. And we would do that 10 straight years. All of us would fly in from different parts of the country and go to Beta Breakers. And basically it's a 10K from the bay to the ocean. And I met one time her friend. And so she set her phone number back in the old ancient days where you could tell where someone was from by the phone. But I remember I said, are you from, like, it's like the next town over from me growing up in Massachusetts? And she's like, yes. And so we kind of went through the whole thing. And she goes, well, what did you do? I said, well, I played soccer, basketball, and track. And I ran track. And she was like, I played soccer and ran track.
Oh my gosh.
And then all of a sudden she looks at me and we talked about what years and what teams. And she went, oh, you're the blonde ponytail. I go, what? She goes, we hated you. You're blonde ponytail. I go, what do you mean? She goes, because in track, I did the mile relay and I was on the anchor leg and so was she. Back used to call it the anchor leg in the accent. And she goes, I was always behind you looking at your dang blonde ponytail. That's what we called you. So you'll get older and you'll hear these stories. Like you'll be somewhere random, you'll meet someone and they'll be like, oh my God, I hated you when I played against you. But now I love
amazing.
You. So that's hilarious. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We have to thank our sponsors here, but we're going to come back with more. And when we come back, Yael, I want to hear about how tough it is coming back from this most recent knee surgery on your left ACL. So don't go away. All right, we are back with Jelena Zbiljic from Minnesota Aurora coming back. She just announced for a unprecedented, for her, 5th year Minnesota Aurora. We're calling her the OG. She's going to be back with Jen Larrick and company. And before we talk about your injury, yeah, let me ask you, Nicole Lukic was your first coach, and then you had Colette Montgomery. Now you have Jen Larrick, who was an assistant, kind of going full circle. Kind of cool to have Jen at the helm. What do you like most about her as a coach?
That's really cool. I mean, seeing her go from the assistant coach the first year and then do her own thing in Wales and kind of like the UK and everything she had going for her as well, and then coming back. It's awesome to see that she keeps growing her soccer knowledge and herself and as a person and a coach, and then coming back and applying everything she's learned in other places. I think she was in New Zealand too, and she's just been in so many cool different places, and that also helps connect us with teams that she was with and other places of the world. But I mean, she's great. She's very personable. Knowing her from the first year, it's really nice to have a coach that you're comfortable with, and she's wonderful. I mean, her brain and soccer IQ for the game and strategic planning for teams and what we should do in certain games is amazing. And as the USLW is growing, it's quite amazing to have great like scouting reports and certain things on teams and players and stuff that you get at the college level, but then also get at the USLW level so that it can prepare you for the next level of professional, or if you're going back to college and all that. So that's what's special, is they really make it not feel like it's a summer team to just pass time or play for 3 months before you go to the next gig or you go back to school. They really make it like, yes, it's a summer team, but we're going to get better. We're going to make it feel at the most professional environment possible and really prepare you for whatever's next after July.
And what I really love too is they foster those dreams. Like you've said a couple of times now, like your dream is to play pro soccer. And sometimes, and we've all been around people where they'll go, right, yeah, sure. So now you know, whether it's playing at the U, even UIC, but then coming to Aurora, where you have seen firsthand your teammates go on to play on pro teams. Like it's not so much a pipe dream. It's I can make this a reality, and I have some concrete evidence that I have witnessed to make this come true. How important is that for you?
It's so important. And just the connections that the coaches have. I mean, now with even Nicole in the Super League and just everyone, she was with US Soccer. It just shows all these connections through the coaching staff that's been a part of Aurora and now doing other things. And Jen and her are still very, very close. And then Jen also having other connections in other parts of the world. I mean, you could have connections overseas, in the States, and everyone here at Aurora is tailored to help you find the right fit for you for your next journey in the professional career. And I think that's amazing. And it speaks volumes when we have girls who have already played professionally, who are trying to find that next opportunity for them, and they come play for Aurora. And then right away, July hits, season's over, and they go find that next professional opportunity. So it's really been a good pathway for either girls like myself who are trying to go play pro and sign their first professional contract, or even girls who have been playing overseas or other places and are trying to find that next thing and come use Aurora as their pathway as well.
So with all that said, you know, you've been working so hard. Like you said, in high school, you already came back from a torn ACL on your right knee, and now you are overcoming one that you tore on your left. So how was that for you, knowing what dreams you have in place and what time you are in your life when you went down with this most recent knee injury? How tough was that for you? And I know that you have the best doctors and world-class facilities, luckily at your fingertips, but
Yes.
mentally and physically, that is so hard. How did you get through it?
It definitely is a work in progress. I'm about a little over 6 months right now, and the beginning months are definitely more challenging. You know, you're on crutches, you've got a brace, you're not really strength training and running and all the fun stuff yet. It's a lot of table work, and that's where mentally it really puts you to a test. But I am very grateful that I've been at the training house almost every day of the week. I have the best physical therapists and doctors and strength trainers all at the training house, and they have really helped me. But yeah, definitely a lot different. The first time I tore my ACL, I was 15, and I felt like I bounced back right away. Now, you know, at 23 years old, it takes a different toll on your body for sure. And I've just been more focused and goal driven for that expectation of trying to go play professionally. You know, it's hard. You can't really just sit here and go through the motions. You really have to work your butt off through everything, whether it is just table exercises and making sure your knee can bend all the way before you go and lift weights, and just trying to focus on every little task that then ultimately helps me to the bigger goal. So I've tried to have little milestones I hit, whether it's, you know, being able to walk without crutches, then being able to walk without a brace, and then being able to, you know, maybe start light jogging or doing high knees or being able to stretch, and all the way with my knee bending, just little milestones that really help me mentally. So it's not like, oh my gosh, 9-10 months is when I can finally play soccer. It's more like, okay, in a month, I want to be able to do this. In a month, I want to be able to do this next thing. And that's really helped make the time go by and keep me in check mentally.
Oh, absolutely. And this is not an ad. I'm not proposing this. I know people will be like, what? I'm not paid by Training House, but there are the people that helped me back on when I had fractured my tibial plateau and tore my meniscus. And the ice machine leg wrap there. I
Oh,
called it my
yes.
boyfriend. I said, can I have like a half hour quiet time with my boyfriend? They'd be like, yeah, sure, come on in. Just they're very funny about it. They keep your spirits up because, I mean, I lie and say I'm 28, but I'm not 28. It doesn't matter how old you are, when all of a sudden you're limited physically, and especially so for you with the dreams and the goals, and like you hear a clock in your head, everyone
Yes.
does at a certain time. How did you handle the mental aspects? I know going to training house, they're awesome. They'll keep you focused, and they give you these bite-sized goals, to keep you going. But away from there, what did you do to just not kind of go down that slippery slope?
Yeah, so I mean, the beginning months were a little challenging. August 8th was my surgery. And so I wanted to do something in those first 3 months when I wouldn't be able to be as active and be at training house every day. So I ended up coaching for my high school soccer team this fall, Minnetonka High
nice.
School, with my old high school coach and one of my former assistant coaches. And then one of my former teammates was the goalkeeper coach. So that was super special to me. I reached out to my high school coach. I still have a great connection and relationship with him. And he's came and watched so many Aurora games and Gopher games, and just being able to just reach out to him, and he wanted me with the team right away. And it was so special to be around my old former high school and be an alum and being able to coach and give back to the program that really helped me. And so I did that up until October. And after that, it was kind of just like foot on the gas and just really grinding with the rehab. But it definitely is challenging, especially when I'm in the middle process right now of not being part of a college team, waiting for Aurora. So I'm not really part of a team right now, which kind of helps when you're rehabbing, being around a bunch of other people. But I was fortunate to go to a lot of Gopher games this fall, watch Mariah and my former teammates play, and just kind of still stay around the game and also do some other coaching on the side to impact other young athletes as well while I'm still rehabbing. So that's been really, really helpful for me, and being able to give back. Like, I enjoy coaching just as much as I love playing. So that's something I've been able to do now that has given me more time that maybe I wouldn't have been able to do.
So looking at the schedule now, I know you said you're hoping to get back by which week?
Well, hopefully my 9 months is like May 8th, and then my 10 months is June 8th. So somewhere in between, hopefully by that preseason week, we start up that week of May 6th. And so hopefully by then I'll be able to be touching a soccer ball with the team in some capacity. And then somewhere in between that May window, we've got some games early May, late May, somewhere in there, hoping to get my first game back. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrific. Do you really have this like thing in your brain about Rochester FC? Because I think I still remember that goal that made it on Sports Center, that long blast. I know it was against Rochester. Every time you play Rochester, I'm like, oh, is she going to make the top 10 again on Sports Center? That's got to be one of your most favorite games. It has to be.
Yeah, that was probably the most surreal moment in all of my, soccer career. It just was amazing that Brenna, our social media coordinator at the time, texted me late at night, like 10 or 11 p.m. after the game, and was like, we did it. We made Sports Center. And I was like, oh, like as a team, which highlight? Like no clue that it was my goal that made the Sports Center top 6 play or something. And I just remember telling my mom, and I was like, what? Like, these are all, we watched the Sports Center top 10 plays that day, and it was like NBA and MLB baseball, and then all of a sudden Minnesota Aurora, and I was like, it just felt so surreal. Like I couldn't even believe it. And just the fact that that game was so close. Rochester has gotten so good, and having that in-state kind of rivalry has been so fun. So that's just always a special game, because even when we go play there, we have Aurora fans travel, as it's, only, an hour and a half away or so. So a lot of people get to still come to the game, and that's what makes it even more special, whether we play at home or there.
Oh, that's so good. Before I let you go, I also want to give a nod to your heritage. I know you speak Serbian, right? That's your first language, and then in English. So I was priding myself the very first year I met you to try to say your last name correctly. I think I had a couple extra syllables when we first started, and be like, nope. Can you say, because I just love it, I just love hearing people speak in their first language, how would you say I love Minnesota Aurora in Serbian?
You would say ja volim Minnesota Aurora. So ja is I, and then volim is love, and then just the Minnesota Aurora. So ja volim Minnesota Aurora.
I love that. I love it so much. And I love your play. I am so happy that you're coming back for a 5th year. I can't wait. Of course, the games will be on Fox 9 Plus, again, where Fox 9 is going to partner with you. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really proud of our partnership, by the way, with your team, because you guys just exemplify goodness and what it means, and to not only support community, but play a great sport. So on behalf of Minnesota Aurora and yourself, I want to thank you guys for making that so fun. And like I said, I feel like, I'm like your older sister. When I was in Paris a couple years ago, I saw Tiana Harris when she was playing out there. She's like, "Are you going to come to my game?" I'm like, "I'll hop in an Uber, sure." So you guys won't lose me. I'm like following you guys forever. So.
That's amazing. We love
Jelena,
you, Dawn. I mean, seriously, you're the best. And ever since year one, we've always loved you. And just, you're our amazing super fan that we love to have. You're just amazing.
Oh, fantastic. Well, more to you guys. You guys are more amazing. I just like to hype you guys up and let everyone know. So get ready, everybody, for a 5th year. I can't believe it's 5 already. Minnesota Aurora. And Jelena, I wish you the best. I can't wait to see you kick that soccer ball once again.
Thank you so much.